Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are again on Reverse 1999. On today's video, the topic will be should you summon for 37, should you summon for 6, and who is more worth it overall. Okay, I will deliver all the facts to you guys. We're gonna analyze both of these characters. I'll try to keep it short and as brief as possible so everything is super clear, but at the same time I wanna learn you how these characters work and on which teams they work the best and on what things you should be focused on, and then we're gonna conclude overall who is more worth it. Okay, leave a like guys, please subscribe, your opinions in the comment section below, and we start. Because it looks so awesome, we're gonna use pridewin.gg website as a reference, plus as well I used a lot of things from the official live stream they had as well, but here it will be better for you guys. You're gonna see everything. So 37, she's dropping 29th of February, so in 4 days the patch 1.4 will start, and then 28th of March 6 will drop. Okay, I will tell you right away before we even start that 6 is a must summon character. Okay, just so you know, and I'll explain everything. In my eyes, he's a must summon. You do you know. 37, she's a 6-star. Element is star. She's overall DPS support follow-up type of the character. I call her as well a crit machine in a way. She can work really well in a crit machine because with the insights she gets a buff for the critting. You're gonna see now everything in a moment. Overall support because she's buffing the attack of all allies. You're gonna see about that as well. And follow-up character, like for example Lilia is working really well with 37 as well as Miss New Babel, but of course you can find different type of combinations. She's not so much flexible at the end of the day because she works really well only in the crit team and follow-up team. I would say everything else she won't shine as much. Definitely why I think she's skippable for now. Okay, for now, because you need multiple copies for her so she can actually work and put out the damage and everything else. Okay, so overall I definitely, for me, I will skip her so I have enough of resources so I can summon for 6. Okay, damage type, she's doing mental type of the damage. Okay, so this is her ultimate. This is that part where she buffs. So mass buff gives all allies 2 stacks of numeral perception. Numeral perception is increase all allies attack by 10%, and stacks are reduced after by 1 after each attack, of course. And she gains 2 stacks of enlightenment and adds Eureka +2 to self. Okay, enlightenment is the next incantation, has its additional damage increased by 100%, so she will be doing again bigger damage afterwards. Now she's both 37 and 6 are the characters that work around the new mechanics Eureka. Okay, Eureka is the type of buffs you gather, and after certain amount of those buffs you're gonna trigger a character. 37 will do the damage, and 6, when you trigger Eureka, he will be doing the buffing and debuffing. We're gonna explain more in a moment about that. Okay, so Eureka, when she reaches, I believe, 5 stacks of Eureka, automatically she'll be doing the damage. Okay, so that's that follow-up character, like it's called, although I love to call it trigger. Attack. Now we have triangulation skill. 1 target attack causes mental damage, followed by additional 40% Genesis damage, gains 1 stack of Eureka. Yeah, for her it will be pretty simple to gather Eureka, because pretty much with all the skills she's doing, you're gonna stack Eureka. Okay, as you can see here, more damage, more Genesis damage, and as well Eureka, more damage, more mental damage, more Genesis, and then again Eureka. Skill 2, Curve Mapping. Attack mass attack causes 70% mental damage to up to 2 enemies. Additionally deals 40% Genesis damage and gives self a stack of sturdiness. Sturdiness overall means damage reduction, okay? 25%. So survivability, all of this increases when the star increases as well. Now everything will be super clear after this. Insight 1, after using an incantation, gain 1 stack of Eureka. Other allies follow-up actions also grant stack of Eureka. So for example, when you use Lilia, when she uses the follow-up attack after critting, she will get a stack of Eureka. I mean 37 will get it. When there are 5 stacks, they're all consumed to release that supplementary formula that trigger attack. Okay, causes mental damage, AoE, of course, to everyone. She's having AoE damage. When the caster enters the battle, critical damage increased by 15%, like already mentioned in the beginning of the video when I was explaining about 37, so that's Insight 2. And then Insight 3, when the caster enters battle, the critical rate is increased by 20%, and Genesis damage of all incantations from the caster can cause critical hits, okay? Have in mind, Insight 3, really important for her, okay? Recently all characters pretty much needs those Insight 3 to work, and since they're giving us all these beautiful events, and if you play it you will have enough of material, just a little bit more grind and that's it. Okay, like getting Insight 3 these days, not that big of the deal. Okay, and now here we are. Okay, this is the part where I'm like, bro, I'm skipping for now 37. In future, for the patch 1.6, you will want to have her. Have that in mind. That's a fact. Okay, you're gonna see in a moment why. But also, having 6 will solve all your problems in a way. But yeah, 37 will be kinda must on the patch 1.6 and afterwards. But hopefully until then we're gonna have her as a rerun somewhere or something like that. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But I'll definitely only focus towards 6 because I want to be mainly free to play. Okay, no, yeah, she needs portraits. So 1, 2 copies would be nice. 3 copies. Yeah, 3 copies. If you can get at least 3 copies for her, and then she will start shining like crazy, bro. So 2-3 copies needed for her to super shine, and that's that little problem. Psycubes, Long Night Talk, but again, when patch 1.6 drops, you don't even need dupes for her. So if you can maybe gamble and go for her, just so you have just at least 1, you won't use it until patch 1.6 pretty much. Okay, but at the end of the day, I'll go towards 6, and everything will be clear. Long Night Talk, Silent and Adoring, Thunderous Applause. This is the Psycubes for her. And this is now the review, which I pretty much... I set everything. Okay, let's see what it says here. Portraits. Yeah, P0... what? I don't know. I believe, yeah, 3 dupe, yeah, here it is, at P3 for example. Yeah, okay, so everything what I said is correct. As you can see, the tier list, S tier in the CN 1.6, have in mind, and then overall nothing special until then. Have that in mind. Again, amazing character. You will have the DPS, AoE DPS, a mental really good damage overall with the crits, and but I just don't need it for now, not at all. Okay, now we go towards 6. So, conclusion about 37. Definitely not your highest priority dispatch. Okay, your 6 is the highest priority you wanna get. Okay, have that in mind. Now 37, like I said, in the perfect world, if you can just pull her so she's ready for the patch 1.6 pretty much. But if you don't want to gamble, definitely go for the 6. Okay, so 37 kinda skippable. Okay. About 6. So again, he works around Eureka, the same principle of trigger. After certain stacks, he will trigger that, but then he will start debuffing and buffing. You know, buffing us, debuffing opponents. Okay, we'll go in a little bit more detailed explanation about that. Why he's so special? Hybrid in my eyes, support and DPS. Like his ultimate, especially when the opponent has many stacks of debuffs, which you can do with him and someone else. For example, Shaman, or for example, Cornbloom could be fine as well to do the debuffs. You can do insane damage with his ultimate. Again, we'll explain it in a moment in furthermore detail. His element is intellect, 6-star of course. Damage type is mental. As you can see here, it says like purify, debuff and support, but also I would add DPS for sure. As well, he can purify, and the big thing about him is he can increase, listen to this, increase the star of the incantations, okay, of the skills for you and others. Top tier character in my eyes, a must have character in my eyes. Same hype like Tooth Fairy in a way for me, and definitely I will save up, so I'm sure that I will at least get to that 50-50, so I know that I did my best. Then afterwards we might have to go into whale mode to get him, bro. I don't know what else to say, but he's that one of the characters that I want to have. Okay, let me just go through his skills, and that's pretty much it. Here you have also the good graphs explanation. Check out pridewin.gg website overall. Mainly I use the combination of this website, my own insights by playing the game, and as well the live stream, especially what they were doing and talk. I learned a lot from this overall. Okay, 6 ultimate, single target, but like I said, crazy damage if you have certain things done. So deals 700% mental damage if Eureka is at 6 or more stacks. Okay, now how does 6 get Eureka? Max Eureka increased by 1 at the end of the round. Okay, if any allies are affected by 4 or more stats up, boss status and counter status, Eureka +1. Okay, so pretty much based on the buffs. Okay, if you buff a lot, you're gonna have a lot of Eureka. When attacking a target that is in stats down, negative status or control status, damage dealt +16. Okay, let me do insights now. +8 damage dealt upon entering. And guys, now this is that crucial thing. So his Eureka is increasing based on the buffing, constant buffing. Okay, and now look at this insight tree. Before casting internal relation, that's the ultimate, randomly inflicts 2 effects from collection of debuffs, I will explain that in a moment, on all enemies for 2 rounds. So he's debuffing whole team, okay, and 2 of them for 2 rounds, 2 debuffs on whole team. At the start of each round, randomly grant 1 effect from collection of buffs to all allies for 2 turns. So every round he will buff your characters, and his inside tree is a must. Without inside tree, he won't work so good. You will have to inside tree him, or you won't be so much astonished by the character. This is one of the highest inside tree priorities that you can have in the game, because without that, with those additional debuffs and buffs he is putting, he will be problem a little bit with Eureka and few things to work overall. So that's why I started with actually insights with him, so everything will be more clearer. If Eureka is 6 or more stacks, so after many buffing and everything else, you will get those stacks. Consume 6 stacks and increase this damage attack by +75% for every stats down, negative status or control. So pretty much the whole strategy with 6 will be Let me I buff my team as much as possible. Let me I debuff the opponent as much as possible, which 6 is as well doing that all the time just by playing with him. So I can do as much as possible damage with him. He is a must-have character in raids. Have that in mind. Okay, the skill. Mass attack. Deals 120% mental damage to 2 enemies, randomly inflicts 2 effects from collection of debuffs for 2 rounds. If Eureka is at 6 stacks or less, it increases by +1. Okay? So again, if you have more stacks of Eureka, this effects will be increased by 1. 2-star by 2 and 3-star by 3. So with this, you're debuffing the opponents like crazy, bro. Like crazy, and you're doing to 2 enemies. This can go to 2 enemies. Collection of debuffs, by the way. Crit defense -30, reality defense -20, mental defense -20, blind, disorient, laceration 1. And have in mind, prioritize debuffs the carrier doesn't already have. Okay. Blind damage bonus -30, so crazy debuffs. You can all read all of this. Super simple to use character, especially like this when you combine it to higher stars. Oh boy, and this is where he actually shines. Now look at this: duties and obligations, 1-star buff, 1 target buff. So purifies 2 random, so you can choose who you want to purify. You can select also yourself. Purifies 2 random, stats down, negative status or control status from the target. Randomly applies 2 effects from collection of buffs to 2 rounds. If Eureka is at 5 or more stacks, consumes 5 stacks and applies incantation and empowerment to them for 2 rounds. When a round begins, a random incantation gains +1 star. So if you have enough of Eureka, you can literally increase your star of the incantation for 2 rounds. Okay? And so when the round begins, you will get a random incantation +1 star. For the buff character you put. So again, 2-star, pretty much the same, but it gives like it purifies 4 random stats down. Okay? And this one's 6, and it increases for 3 rounds of those incantation star ups for that character. Broken. Love it. Okay. We explained this part. Portraits, the good thing about him, guys, you don't need duplicates. Okay, for the 6, you don't need duplicates. He'll work just well. He'll do crazy damage anyways, but of course for the people who might be able to do that, you can go for like level 1. Level 2 can be like super helpful as well, but if you can max him out, then like level 5 is where he's gonna be like DPS monster. Okay, Psycubes, balance please, will be his, of course, like always. The new patch will bring the right Psycube for the character, luxurious leisure and brave new world. Okay, and about the character, like he can work in pretty much any team. He will work as a support, DPS, a debuffer and buffer at the end of the day. Okay, super broken character. Again, it works around those Eurekas, but with him, Eurekas gives you certain additional buffs, like increasing the star ups and many other things. So like already everything I explained everything about him. He is superb type of the character. In my eyes, a must-have, guys. So yeah, hopefully you did enjoy the video. Hopefully everything was clear. 6 can work really well with Shaman. Let's get real. Shaman is top tier for him. Yeah, you can use him. And also here it is, the future team that will be a meta. So 6, Tooth Fairy and Jiu Niangzi I will do a video separately about this monster, but this is apparently the first ever limited reverse 1999 character, bro. That's hype. That's hype. Okay, guys, hope you did enjoy it. Hopefully everything was clear. If you have any more questions, put it in the comment section below and I'll answer it. Bye. Love ya. See you in the next one. And yeah, been really enjoying reverse 1999 lately. That's it. Bye.